and welcome back to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here on Shockwave with our pre-show, as always, just trying to get everybody into a bit of positive momentum. We start off with the Golden Truth beating Alexander Wolf and Shane Strickland. A 42 isn't a bad rating. Our Truth and Goldust's momentum is in the toilet, so I have to do something to help them. Alexander Wolf is proving to be very good when needed. I'm going to try Strickland, see what he's like now. Our next match is Mojo Rawley defeating Cody Hall. Yeah, it's never going to be a good match, but I just got to give Mojo Rawley a little bit to help him with his Zack Ryder rivalry. Our next match is the Vaudevillains defeating Corino and Finley Jr. Yeah, this is again continuing us. We'll just give a tag team a nice win. Aiden English is struggling with this, so it's a bit concerning. Next one is Pentagon Jr. defeating Flex Freeman. Again, Pentagon Jr. had poor momentum, even though he's still in the Cruiserweight tournament, so I want to make sure he's back onto his top level for his matches. This was just a squash match put in there for Braun Strowman to beat Biff Busick. I may use local talent just to do these matches for Braun. I'm going to change him up from him and one other person's going to change their card position. The next match is Cedric Alexander picking up a win over Alames. Yeah, well, I like Alexander, so Alames isn't the character that we know, so I might be letting this contract wind down. And my main event for the pre-show was Mark Henry defeating Drew McIntyre. Yeah, Mark Henry doesn't have much going on at the moment. Another one who you have to keep around because he's a good leader. And Drew needs to find something to help us take him to the next level. We start the show though with AJ Styles laughing that he's still got to face Oblivion Max, because he knows that Oblivion Max is nowhere near his league. He is the former European champion of the show. To which John Cena interrupts to warn AJ, is like, well, I might not be allowed a title shot for a year. Well, this kid's got a chance of a lifetime, in like typical John Cena condescending way, that everybody else isn't as good or popular or known or as experienced as he is. So this is going on, and then Kane appears, and we end up getting Oblivion Max versus Kane in the main event for tonight's show. John Cena and AJ Styles are not going to have to fight each other for a good while again. I did one match, I'm not going to do another one. I'm saving that for later down the line, probably if I ever take the title off AJ. Okay, we have to jump back in to the Cruiserweight matches. I tried something different with this one, but Kenny Omega beat Phoenix. They got the same match performance, so I'm happy. It does what it needs. Stone Cold holds his interview segment called The Broken Glass. That's what I'm going to call his segment. With Zack Ryder, where Zack Ryder explains why he turned on Mojo Rawley and joined Tyler Breeze's faction as the social networked ambassador. Yeah, I'm doing something really ridiculous sounding with Tyler Breeze, as we know. He's got the Vaudevillains and Braun Strowman and his bodyguard, and this is a interview after Zack Ryder turned on Mojo Rawley. They will have a match at the pay-per-view. Another one of the Cruiserweight matches We have Atami defeat Andre Cool. Yeah, does what it needs to do. I will find something for Andre Cool / Ricochet, but I need to get a champion, and then I can work on challenges. As I already know, this roster is slightly too bloated, so this starts it. Stone Cold Steve Austin holds an interview segment backstage. This is between Bubba Ray and Adam Cole. And these are the other two guys interested in trying to become the European champion. Bubba Ray speaks of his frustration that injury has stopped him getting his real shot, which is what happened in this game. Adam Cole is tired of being in John Cena's shadow against the Chosen Ones. He wants to prove himself at the next level. Obviously, Nakamura picked up the win in the triple threat, which is leading to these two having a rivalry against each other, which I think is a nice segment, good rating. I would like to see Adam Cole perform more, but we'll get there. And my US title match continuation storyline, Bobby Roode and Damien Sandow defeat Apollo Crews and Nakamura, and Bobby Roode defeats Apollo Crews. There is a good chance we will end up having Apollo Crews versus Bobby Roode at the next pay-per-view, but it's already a pretty stacked card for what I may be using the pre-show to actually have proper matches. So it's a good rating, a B-, so let's carry on. Backstage we see the club and the Bucks hanging out, discussing what's happening, trying to ease some of the tension between them as they keep accidentally costing each other matches. And the club are going to go out and face the Briscoe brothers next to prove that they can still work together. This match got a 67, which is really good. The Briscoe brothers win when Nick Jackson accidentally hit Anderson. Yeah, this is happening. We're continuing the tension between them. The 67 is actually really good. Right, I guess they're still in the tag title picture, never mind. After that match, that was interesting. I did not change Darren Young's gimmick. Someone else has changed his gimmick. But still, what the hell? Oops. They cut a promo on the Revival. I'm not sure what happened here. But yeah, saying that they've beaten them once, they'll do it again. Etc. Etc. I'm very annoyed about that. Kalisto defeats Sanjay Dutt. Simple, short match. That hasn't really done anything. If anyone is going to get flat out released, it will be him. Or I'll try and put him back in NXT. I just can't. Until this cruiserweight thing is properly sorted out, I can't do much. Cesaro now cuts a promo on Okada. Again, I can't put Okada or Nakamura, much like Oscar, on the mic because they'll have the language barrier. So Cesaro will be doing the work on the mic for this one until I decide whether I'm going to give Okada a manager or not. And Okada defeats Koto. Yeah, I did a short little match for these two. 58, it's not the best, but it'll do. Keeps Okada looking strong. Shane McMahon books a match, Randy Orton versus Rusev, in a no disqualification Falls Count Anywhere match. That will be at Hell in a Cell. It might actually be in the Hell in a Cell. Adam Cole and Tyler Breeze are hanging out, or Tyler Breeze and Adam Cole have a clash, shall we say. Nothing heated. I don't want it to be a fight. Tyler Bruce is saying, I liked your segment, your interview. You could be a great addition to what I've got going on here. You should join us. And to see it get a 70 is really impressive, considering they're not considered like too over yet, these two. So I'm teasing Tyler Breeze and Adam Cole. CM Punk says if Cody Rhodes wants a chance for the #1 contendership, he's more than welcome to try and beat me. But let's make this interesting. So CM Punk wants to have a proper sit down with Cody Rhodes. I'm not going to decide what the interesting will be yet until we have the segment, because I've got a couple of weeks in game time to figure out what we want. Poor low morale and poor chemistry. I don't know. In our next match, we have Randy Orton beating Bubba Ray. I wanted to give Randy Orton a win. Bubba Ray's a good worker, nice simple. And afterwards, Rusev attacks and refuses to let go with the accolade again. I've got so many big-ish storylines on this show. I'm struggling to fit them all in. And God, this stank. Oblivion Max defeats Kane. So Kane has like an 80 with John Cena, so I thought I'd risk it. And, well, we didn't get what we wanted. Afterwards, AJ Styles floors him. This could be one of my worst shows in a long while, and I think we're going to struggle to get over 72. 71 is an awful show. Oblivion Max is going to be a risk against AJ Styles, so the chances are I'm going to end up putting Brock Lesnar, John Cena as the main event, and I may even play a wild card in the pay-per-view, so we'll see. We'll head back to the main screen to see how much that has damaged everything. We are back to the main screen, and we'll see how we fared after that poor show. Our only story, news item number 3. That's not a good thing. The one good thing is that this brand is only on the network, as I can't do anything to get it on an actual show. Is quite helpful. They're going to get pay rises because of how the game is setting up. What news do we have? 2 booking complaints, yeah, I don't care. As for Shockwave, we can check the Shockwave storylines because there's not really any spoilers here. So we got a simple storyline there, 68. That one didn't really get a chance to have anything happen, which is okay, fair enough. The world title is struggling because Max isn't really over enough, so I may have to do Max and Aries versus the Club next week. The Cruiserweight stuff's a mess. Tag titles is okay, I'm not gonna lie. Could be better. Orton and Rusev has started well. I've taken them out of the world title because if one goes badly I don't want the other to suffer. #1 contender, The Rock's in it, The Rock's coming out. Okay, nice. 46, it's going to build, it's never going to be too good, this one. The new tag team on the block is actually getting quite intense. Let's see. It's okay. The European title, it's got plenty going on. Braun is in there, obviously, because it's with Tyler Breeze. Okada's doing well, Cesaro, Bubba. So only Adam Cole's doing badly in that, so if I was to let him beat Bubba, that would be really good. Cruiserweight's coming, and the Beast Unleashed is an 81, that's good. As we look at who is hot and who is not, Ruru is number 1. Kenny Omega's on there as well. I'm taking him off an opener. He's no longer being an opener. I'm sorry. I don't know why he's on that. Who is not? The usual suspects. That probably going to get released. That's everything for this one. We'll head back and we'll be back for Raw next time out. So, who do you want to see become the first Cruiserweight champion of this show? Thanks for watching and come back for more.